So, two bits of updates. One, I know I said I wasn't going to review anything, but that's because most of my reviews that I have are on Crunchyroll, and I can't remember it, and I like having images in the background. So, my iPad's getting repaired because the screen's broken, and I'm having that fixed, so when that comes back, I'll be able to do the reviews. I am keeping a track. There are currently 2 that I have on backup, meaning when I get back, I'm going to review those. So, yeah. So, when on days that don't have reviews, or should have had like 2 reviews because I skipped today, and then I should have reviewed on like, I think Thursday. So, yeah. It's complicated and confusing, and no. I skipped Wednesday, should have recorded on Thursday, so it was 2 videos, and I should have recorded Friday, so it was 3 videos, and there's this today. Meaning, when I get my iPad, which I think is Monday, I'll do 3 reviews, and then the rest. Magic Up 15 would be the rest, so there will be more reviews on that day. Yeah. But, in the meantime, if I have something to replace it by using this, because if I watch anything on BBC, Amazon Prime, or even just watching Elementary, which I have in DVD form, I just quickly grab a picture of Google. Meaning I'll just do that. And I know I was supposed to record 15 videos today, but I'm just going to bump that up to tomorrow. Because it's late, and I need sleep. I'm choosing the healthy option of actually gaining sleep. So this is Hazbin Hotel Season 1. I know everyone's been talking about. So, a bit of briefer. I have been sort of like, I have known about this project since the pilot. I think I heard about like, oh, this is like really cool idea for the pilot. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I watched the pilot. I love the pilot. I've been here sort of like listening into the news, like the design changes. I've been watching them like change the design, change the voice actors, hearing all the bad things, never fully believed any of them. And like through all of that, had this sort of like experience. So what's happened is throughout that is overall I've just gone through and was always like interested. Ooh, what is it going to look like? What is it going to look like? Because I know A24, and I've seen quite a bit from A24, and it's one of the production companies that I'm excited with. And no, I did. I was about to be like, did I stop? But I didn't because I accidentally bumped it. I'm besides the point. And I think they're the ones who made the FNAF movie, which, yeah. But A24 is the one that is like being really interesting nowadays. So overall, I think it's fun and sort of like absolutely exciting. So through all of this, I've been keeping an eye on it, and when the series finally came out, I was a bit late. I think I saw a couple of things video-wise, but I don't usually have Amazon Prime, so I wasn't be able to pick up, oh, there's a new series coming out. So I didn't. So when I finally watched it, I already spoiled myself through a bunch of things, but I'm not going to say that here. But I came into a series when there was roughly, I've listened to a couple of songs beforehand, which was Respectless and the last verse. If you know why, there's a bit of a spoiler, but if you know why, there's a bit of a thing and a twist. And so the episode 6 song, and I was like, oh, it's coming out. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it in a bit. I've got like a weekend off, so I'm going to watch it. So I decided to sit down and watch it, and that was the idea. I did that, sat down, did all my stuff that I needed to do, and then I watched it. Which, when I watched it, it was so good. I didn't know if they broke it down anymore because it looked like there was like they could have done 2, but I don't know because they released 2 episodes by themselves. So I don't know if they're like 6 and 2, but that would be odd. But I watched the first 6 episodes all at once, and then the next 2. Sometimes I manage like if I watch it all at once or sort of like throughout the thing. Unless I mention it, I usually just try and watch it like episode, not usually these weeks. I binge a lot of stuff. Well, I say binge, but it's more I watch a couple of episodes, I pause to do other stuff that I need to do as a human being, and then that stuff. But this, I know a lot of people saying there's a pacing problem. I'm fine with it because a lot of the characters that they introduce, I'm interested in. But I'm a person who's like, who's she? Who's they? And they don't export. Oh, not important. But like, the overlords, I have to admit, have amazing design. Some of the other stuff also looks impressive. It's just overall an impressive series with just impressive storytelling. I just love it. There's a lot of theories that I've been hearing, and I've been swinging between the sort of one that I've recently heard, which was sort of like Finn the Pony. I know Finn the Pony's not called Finn the Pony anymore, but I sort of picture him by Finn the Pony, and I always forget his other name. So Finn the Pony had the idea of like, oh, maybe there's like the root of all evil has a contract with both Lilith and Alistair as a fairy, and that is interesting. Like, that idea, I can buy behind that. Like if that's the idea that they're going behind, that would be interesting as an idea. The other idea was Lilith owns Alice's soul, which I more intend to believe, because that, I'll be like, that I feel like is a more like the Alistair and Lilith by both owning their soul to the root of all evil, I feel is a more like theoretical interesting idea. Like if ooh, we need to do like Eve and all this stuff, and I will be down for that. But I prefer Lilith owning like, not because like, oh, she's evil, but it shows more of that murkiness, because like a lot of the casts have this sort of like, they're not purely moral. Like Husk is a person who was an overlord, who was a person who tricks people. You have Nifty, who outright basically will stab something if someone just tells them to do so. And it's not the fact that they're evil, it's the fact that they are okay with doing immoral things. So I don't want this sort of like, and then this person was evil. You had that with Adam, and I prefer doing that to like, here's the hypocrite saying like, good and evil are just like, you do one thing bad, you can't ever redeem yourself. Not looking at like the people who's like, okay, but what about like abuse victims who no one would consider evil? What about people who are like addicted to stuff? Like Husk, I wouldn't say is evil. Absolutely no way. He's a person who probably will stab your throat if probably would like stab your throat back in the day to like manipulate people. But he is one person who isn't like immoral, in my opinion. It's the idea of that, not grey, but that interesting level of like, evil isn't always quantifiable, but it isn't X plus 5 equals evil. It's case per case, and if you do X, Y, and Z, you're evil. Obviously, there's the extremes. I'm not denying that, but it's just a fun idea. Anyway, go watch the show.